Okay, first of all, welcome everyone. I would like to say thank you for joining this room and being participant of our presentation today. In today's presentation, the topic that we will discuss is about discourse analysis. Before that, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Komang Tria Prismayanti.
My name is Putu Sandra Yuliantari.
My name is Komang Cantika Hyang.
My name is Sayu Dian Pradnya Paramita.
My name is Kadek Nandini Larasati.
Okay, we will begin this presentation by discussing what discourse analysis is. So, discourse analysis is the study of ways sentences and utterances make interaction. Discourse analysis also can be interpreted as the relationship between languages. It helps us to consider what language is used, a language is used for into social interactions. The word discourse also can be seen as the issue that being discussed by two or more participants. Let's take a look on the example given in the PowerPoint. The first example, there's a conversation between A and B. A said, I would like to mail this package, please. And B responded, first or second class. And the question is, who is the B most likely to be? So in this conversation, they discussed about mailing package, which is this is more likely to be in a post office. And seeing this response that said first or second class is more likely B is serving A. So B is more likely to be a postal service employee at a post office. And in the second example, there's another conversation between A and B too. A said, how much are the flowers? And B responded, $10 a bucket. And the question is, where does this conversation probably take place? So in this conversation, they discussed about how much the flowers cost. A asked about the price of the flowers, and B said the price is $10 a bucket. And this kind of conversation probably takes place in a flower shop or a market stall where flowers are being sold.
This text can be classified into two types. The first classification is this text can be classified into.
In analyzing discourse, where discourse is the issue that being discussed by the participants in a conversation, there must be a text. So text is everything that written or spoken by the speaker that has meaning. A text acts as an object of discourse analysis. Text can be spoken by a speaker or written by a writer. Spoken text is text that are spoken by a speaker, like what I'm doing right now. Like in this page, and written text is text that are written by the writer, like all of this kind of text in this page of PowerPoint.
This text can be classified into two types.
Okay, for more explanation on text, here's a video about it.
The first classification is the spoken. This text can be classified into two types. The first classification is the spoken text. Spoken text is everything that is spoken, like the name. The example is when someone is saying, what's up? Yeah. The utterance, what's up, we can understand it has more than one meaning. The first one is, what's up? Means what is happening? Or asking for your condition, what's up? In Bahasa Indonesia, we can say that as apa kabar or something like that. What is the right meaning? Yeah, to find out the right meaning, we have to analyze the discourse. For example, ketika in our classroom, someone is crying and then you are saying, what's up? the person crying is part of the discourse, and then we can find the meaning of what's up is ada apa, not apa kabar. That is what we call discourse analysis. The second type of the text is what we call written text. It is like the writing free, or any other writing that is in written form, and both of these are included in the classification of text. This
Okay, after watching the video, like I said before, there are two types of text. They are spoken text and written text. Okay, the next material will be discussed by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tria. I will continue the explanation. The approaches to discourse analysis. The first one is pragmatics. Pragmatics is the study of contextual meaning and concern with meaning, context, communication that are themselves extremely vast. Also examines how language is used in context to achieve specific goals. So pragmatic approaches is look at how meaning is created through context, speaker interactions, and how people interact with language. In discourse analysis, pragmatic approaches aim to find implied meanings, assumptions, and the speech acts that contribute to the overall meaning of the utterance. Second one is sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics focuses upon situated meaning, how language is used in social interaction, and how language contributes to the production and reproduction of social meanings and identities. Sociolinguistics explore how language is influenced by social factors such as gender, social class, ethnicity, and power dynamics. In discourse analysis, sociolinguistic approaches examine how social identities, norms, and beliefs are shaped and negotiated through language in communication. The third one is next. The third one is ethnography of communication. Ethnography of communication focuses on understanding how communication practices and patterns are shaped by cultural and social contexts. Ethnography of communication is to gain an insider understanding of culture, customs, and habits through participant observation. This approach helps us to understand how language plays a role in shaping relationship and conveying meaning within a particular group. The fourth one is speech act theory. Speech act theory is language is used to perform actions, how meaning and action are related to language, and focuses upon knowledge of underlying conditions for production and interpretation of acts through words. Speech acts theory is a way of studying how language is used to perform action in communication. By studying these acts, we can better understand how language is used to accomplish things and create meaning in different contexts. Next. Next is conversation analysis. Conversation analysis focuses on the detailed analysis of naturally occurring conversations. It examines how people use language in conversation and how they structure their interaction. Conversation analysis is a way of studying how people talk to each other in everyday conversation. It looks at how conversations are organized and how people take turns to speech. By studying conversation, we can learn more about how people interact and understand each other in their everyday lives. The last one is variation analysis. Variation analysis concerns with the study of variation and change in language, how language varies across different contexts and social groups, and how social factors such as identity, social networks, and cultural practices influence language variation. In other words, variation analysis is an approach within discourse analysis that focuses on studying language variation and its social significance. It examines how different linguistic features, such as pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and discourse markers vary within a speech community or across different social groups. That's a process to discourse analysis. The next material will be continued by my friends. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sandra. So now we will explain about discourse strength skill. Concept of rank skill is popular in grammar or linguistics. By rank, we mean the order of progression on a ladder. By that, we may have something at the base and another at the apex or top. And here, look at the screen. So now, in discourse rank skill, we have 5 parts, and the first part is X. X is a smallest unit in discourse rank scale, or the lowest unit that is not divisible. And X can be created using grammatical units such as word group clauses or sentences. Next. There are 3 types of X. The first one is informative. I mean, in informatives, X can give information to discourse participant. Look at the example. Mary said the food is ready, and Anna said, "Oh, thank you." It means Mary said the information like the food is ready. The second part or types of X is elicitation. It means in the form of question-answer discourse pattern. Look at the example. Georgia said, or Georgia asked to Ruth, "How are you?" And Ruth said, "I'm okay." And the third one, or the last type of X is directive. And the discourse opener throws the other participant into action. Look at the example. Kevin said, "Pass me the salt," and Luna said, "Okay, here you go." It means Kevin memberi seperti arahan atau perintah kepada Luna untuk mengambilkan garam. Next. The next material will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the time. I will explain about the next unit of rank scale for discourse, that is move. Move is the unit of discourse that is immediately next in rank to X. It consists of one or more X. It can be simple, but also can be complex. It is simple when the request is very straight to the point, and it is complex when there are too many demands in one. We have 3 different types of move. The first one is opening and answering question. The second one is focusing and framing moves. And the third one is follow-up or feedback move. The first one is opening and answering moves. An opening move is used to start a discourse. It can ask questions, give information, request something, or direct an action. The opening move is often followed or accompanied by an answering move as an answer to the opening move. Here we have the example. When A said, "What time did you get home?" and the B answering, "I just got home." The first sentence is an opening and the second sentence is answering. The second type is focusing and framing modes. Focusing and framing modes are more commonly found in the classroom situation. It can also be useful in a religious setting. Focusing often comes before framing. Here we have an example. When a teacher said, our today's topic is discourse analysis. However, before we go into that, we need to explain what a discourse analysis is. The focusing one is the sentence, "Our today's topic is discourse analysis." The focusing move involves highlighting a particular aspect or genre within a discourse. The purpose of this focusing move is to draw attention to a specific information or ideas, to making them more salient and central to overall discourse. And the framing one is, however, before we go into that, we need to explain what a discourse analysis is. The framing one refers to a broader context or perspective within which discourse is presented. These framing moves helps shape the audience understanding of an issue by providing a specific lens through which they interpret the information presented. Next. The third type is follow-up or feedback move. The follow-up move serves as a verdict or on the answering move. It is also very useful in a classroom situation. It is a situation where the teacher asks a question and comes back to assess the correctness or otherwise the question. In other words, the teachers give a judgment. Here we have the example when the teacher asking, "What do you think about climate change?" And the student said, "It was getting worse every day, sir." And here the teacher comes back to assess the correctness by saying, "You are right. It must be stopped as soon as possible." So the sentence "you are right" here is a follow-up or feedback from the teacher. Next. For the next material will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, the next strength skill of discourse is exchange. An exchange is formed by a set of moves. It involves a situation where discourse participants engage in series of moves. An exchange can be a question, an answer, a comment, depends on the situation. Take a look for the example. What time is it? And the B's answer 12:30. And A also answer thanks. What time is it? For the first move, what time is it? Functions as a question. And the second move that B answered 12:30 is function as an answer. And the third move that A said thanks function as a follow-up. Next. Okay, the fourth one is transaction. Transaction is made up of an exchange. Some framing words such as right, well, good, no serve as transaction boundaries. For example, the person A said, "Do you have any plans for the weekend?" And the person B answered, "Yes, I'm going to a concert on Saturday." Jadi saat B mengungkapkan kalimat "Yes, I'm going to a concert to Saturday," maka percakapan telah berakhir. The next string skill of discourse is lesson. Lesson made up by many transactions. A lesson can be called a set of exchanges. Take a look for the example. The teacher said, "Good morning, class. Today we're going to learn about the water cycle. Let's start with the basics. Water exists in three states: solid, liquid, and gas. Can anyone give an example of water in its solid state?" The student one answer, "Ice." And the teacher followed up by said, "That's correct, student one. Ice is water in its solid state. Now, let's move on to the next stage. When the sun heats up these bodies of water, what happens to the water?" And student 2 said, it evaporates. Jadi pada lesson memiliki lebih dari satu percakapan. Berbeda seperti exchange yang hanya mendapatkan satu feedback, namun pada lesson dia memiliki lebih dari satu feedback. Next. Okay, next material will be explained by my friend.
Okay, after all of our explanation, you have known that what discourse analysis is, what a text is, what approaches analysis are, and what discourse rank scale are. So the next thing we have to know is why we have to learn about discourse analysis. There are three significances of it. The first one is understanding language in context. The second one is practical application, and the third one is enhancing language proficiency. So the first one is understanding language in context. Discourse analysis helps us understand how language functions within specific contexts, such as conversations, interviews, political speeches, or written texts. The second significance is practical application. Discourse analysis helps us have an effective communication, media literacy, conflict resolution, negotiation, and designing persuasive messages. And the third significance is enhancing language proficiency. Discourse analysis enhances language learners' ability to interpret and produce meaningful and appropriate utterances, enabling them to navigate social interactions more effectively. Okay, we also have found some researches that related to discourse analysis. We have found 3 of them, and the title of each researches are: the first one is critical discourse analysis and rhetoric and composition. The second one is discourse and text, linguistic and intertextual analysis within discourse analysis. And the third one is critical discourse analysis, the knowledge power presented by scholar in creating research article. So we have exercises. There are 3 questions of it. If you want to check your understanding, please pause the video. And then we also have key answers. Pause the video if you want to check your answers. And the last one, we have some references that we use in making this presentation. Okay, that's all about our explanation on discourse analysis. And we're sorry if we did mistake on making this presentation. We will end this presentation by saying thank you and have a nice day.